Here I am on the National Weather Service page for the watches and warnings. We still have a lot of red flag warnings in Utah, Colorado, Kansas, parts of Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas, and now even into Alaska. We also have some fire weather watches in Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico, Oklahoma, Colorado, and I think this is a special weather statement, Montana, wind advisories in California, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana, and then you have those frost advisories in Oregon and Nevada now, as well as the UP of Michigan. Now with that, let's go to our fire weather outlook. Here's the fire weather outlook. As you can see, critical risk in the areas of Grand Junction, Colorado, Durango, Colorado, and east of Flagstaff, Arizona. Also in Colby, Kansas, Garden City, Kansas, Liberal, Kansas. Then you have this elevated risk in, I'm gonna just name the big cities: Pueblo, Colorado, Amarillo, Texas, Cedar City, Utah, Phoenix, Tucson, Arizona, and that is basically what we're seeing right now as I'm filming this video. Then days 3 through 8, we have a decent risk of, a D4 risk. So over the next few days, fire weather will most likely happen in this area, but we'll go down that road as it comes. Now let's move on to our thunderstorm outlook. So for the day that you are watching, we have slight risk as our highest risk, as well as marginal and general thunderstorm. So slight risk, you have Minot or Minot and Bismarck, North Dakota, as well as some areas of South Dakota. In the marginal risk, we have Glasgow, Montana. Billings, Montana is right on the cusp. Then you also have Aberdeen's also on the cusp there. Then you have the thunderstorm outlook in the southeast into the Louisiana area. Then you also have it into the Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma area. Kind of just like this bubble is like formed here, like around Little Rock, Arkansas, Greenville, Mississippi, Shreveport. So generally in the southeast, as well as in the west, right along the Rocky Mountains and into the northwest. Here's a tornado outlook. 2% chance, very low. High winds 15% or 5%. 15% is where that slight risk is. Then hail, basically the same area. Now let's move on to the NAM 3-kilometer model. Here's a NAM 3-kilometer model. Let's run through this quickly. As you can see, we still have that activity going on in the northwest, and that'll be sparking the thunderstorms in the area of slight risk during the day. And then more waves of moisture come onto the coast. We also have the southwest monsoon season starting, where we're going to start to see thunderstorms generating in the southwest. Now, we are also forecasting a cutoff low in the southeast over the next few days. I'll show you that on the GFS model. But the moisture is going to start setting up here in the next few days for that cutoff low. I do not see a actual low pressure on the charts here yet, but they're toward the end of this clip, you can start to see circulation. Now here's our temperature outlook over the next few days. So this was the day that I'm filming this, aka yesterday when you're watching this. Now today's highs are close to 100 in spots in the central part of the country. You can see 97 in areas of Kansas, 96 in Oklahoma. Then of course in the desert areas of the Southwest you will see close to 100 on the charts. In the Northeast, 50s to 70s is basically what you're going to be seeing. I don't think that anything's going to get above like that 80 degree mark. In the Southeast, you're in that 70 to 95 mark there. The Midwest is very cold. Generally, you can kind of see this pocket here of cooler air, and it's very visible on the charts. So the Midwest, generally in the 60s, 70s, possibly 80s. But then, of course, you have the South Central region, and even up into the plains, very hot. And the Northwest is cold with elevation. Southwest, basically the same thing. But I do want to talk about, we do have those frosted, let's actually go back to there, the frost advisories. That's basically for the areas that are getting down into the 40s overnight. So it was a much bigger deal yesterday, but today there was also a concern for that. Now let's move on to some moisture and humidity. Here's the moisture and humidity, relative humidity. As you can see, moisture in the Northwest. Some areas feeling the humidity a little bit. If you see that green, you're going to be relatively humid with that green starting at 60% humidity. And the deeper the green, the higher the humidity. The deeper the brown, the drier it is. So as we move through, we're going to start to see that circulation in the south. And that continues. That cutoff low is going to be dumping rain. And then it'll eventually move out. I don't want to go too far, so I'm just going to scroll through this. And then we'll end the video. So that is the relative humidity. So for today, we're still watching wildfires and thunderstorms. And that is basically what we're looking at right now. The tropical charts are completely empty at the moment. I will let you know when something gets on those charts.